I found out my sister was getting married from a relative. Not from her, not from my parents. From a cousin who casually asked, "So, when are you coming for the wedding?" I froze. "What wedding?" He stared at me, confused. "Your sister's wedding, next month." I laughed, thinking he was joking. He wasn't. That evening, I called my mom. "Is there something you want to tell me?" I asked calmly. A pause. Then, "Oh, yes, your sister's wedding is next month." "Oh," I said calmly. "When were you planning to tell me?" Another pause, longer this time. "We thought you were busy," she replied carefully. Busy enough to not know my own sister is getting married? Silence. Then my dad took the phone. His voice was firm, controlled. "Listen, we didn't want drama. Your sister specifically said she doesn't want any negativity at her wedding." I blinked. Negativity? "She feels uncomfortable around you," he continued. "You always make her feel judged, so we decided it's better if you don't come. It will keep things peaceful." Peaceful? They were disinviting me from my own sister's wedding to keep things peaceful? I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I didn't ask what I had done wrong, because I already knew the pattern. Whenever my sister felt insecure, I became the problem. Whenever she felt threatened, I became the reason. And my parents always chose the loudest version of the story. "Okay," I said quietly. That surprised them. "You're okay with it?" my mom asked. "Yes," I replied. "I understand." They expected tears, anger, accusations. Instead, they got silence. After the call ended, I sat still for a long time. Not sad, not angry, just clear. I realized something painful, but freeing. I had been trying for years to be included in a family that only included me when it was convenient. I was invited when help was needed, excluded when comfort was preferred. So this time, I decided not to fight for a seat at a table that didn't want me there. I turned off my phone and made a decision that would change everything. They thought they were removing me from the wedding. They had no idea they were removing themselves from my life. The days after that call were strangely peaceful. No messages, no arguments, no emotional explanations. For the first time in years, I stopped trying to fix a narrative that was never mine to control. I didn't tell anyone I wasn't invited. I didn't complain to relatives. I didn't post anything online. I simply disappeared from the situation, as if the wedding didn't exist. And something unexpected happened. I felt lighter. I realized how much mental space my family had occupied for years, constantly wondering what they thought, how to avoid triggering my sister, how to keep peace by shrinking myself. Without that pressure, my mind became clear. So I poured that energy into myself. I worked longer hours, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. I started projects I had delayed for years. I reconnected with old friends, I exercised, I read, I built routines that had nothing to do with proving anything to anyone. Meanwhile, updates about the wedding reached me indirectly. "Your sister is losing her mind," a cousin laughed. "She's fighting with everyone. Your parents are stressed. Venue problems, caterer changes, financial arguments, decoration drama." The peaceful wedding they wanted was turning into chaos. Another relative told me, "Your mom said she wishes you were here to help organize. You're always good at handling these things." I smiled faintly. Of course, when work was needed, I was useful. When emotions were involved, I was negative. I didn't step in. I didn't offer help. I didn't call. I let them experience what my absence actually meant. The wedding day came and went. I spent that day hiking alone, phone off, no curiosity, no urge to check social media. I had already detached emotionally. The event no longer meant anything to me. 2 days later, my phone exploded with messages, photos, videos. I opened one message from a relative. It was a picture of the family table. My seat was empty. Not because I refused to come, but because they had to explain to everyone why I wasn't there. And in that empty chair, I saw something clearly for the first time. They thought they were protecting peace, but what they really lost was the person who used to hold everything together quietly. And I didn't feel sad about that anymore. I felt free. And apparently that question came up a lot. Where is she? Why isn't she here? Did something happen? My parents had no good answer. They couldn't say, we didn't invite her because our other daughter feels insecure around her. So they gave vague replies, changed the subject, avoided eye contact. For the first time, they had to sit with the discomfort of their decision without me there to absorb it. A week later, my mom called. Her tone was softer than usual. We missed you, she said. I didn't respond right away. We realized something, she continued. You've always been the one who keeps things stable. Without you, everything felt off. I listened. No bitterness, no satisfaction, just clarity. My dad took the phone. Maybe we handled it wrong, he said quietly. Maybe that was all he could say. I didn't accuse them. I didn't remind them of what they said. I simply replied, I hope the wedding went well. It confused them. They expected emotion, reaction, some sign that they were forgiven. But I wasn't playing that role anymore, because during those weeks, something inside me had shifted. I stopped trying to earn a place in a family that only valued me when it was convenient. I started valuing my peace more than their approval, and they were starting to notice. They thought excluding me would create peace. Instead, my absence exposed the imbalance they had ignored for years. A month after the wedding, I visited my parents, not because they asked, because I wanted closure. The house looked the same, but the energy didn't. Quieter, careful. My mom hugged me longer than usual. My dad avoided eye contact at first. We sat down, small talk, then silence. Finally, my dad said it. People kept asking about you at the wedding. We didn't know what to say. I figured, I replied. My mom's voice softened. We didn't realize what your absence would feel like. That was the moment they finally felt what I had felt for years, being treated like optional. I didn't blame them. I didn't reopen the past. I understand why you made that choice, I said calmly, but I've made one too. They looked confused. I won't fight to be included anymore. If I'm wanted, I'll come. If not, I won't ask. No anger, no tears, just clarity. They saw it then. I wasn't hurt. I wasn't angry. I was done chasing. And that realization unsettled them more than any argument ever could. They thought removing me from the wedding would keep peace. They didn't know it would teach me how to live without needing their approval at all.